Hello? Can anybody hear me? Okay, well, I'll just start. Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. In your name we pray, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Hey, go on a pot.
Like a big kid, your poo will pot. Raise the toilet lid up high, ready to unleash your large supply. Tinkle, tinkle on the pot. Like a big kid, your poo will pot. Potty training songs and more.
Welcome to JJ Live here at the Hub. We've got Franks to the Gangsta on in today. Special guest Will Keating with Keating Entertainment. He brought a few friends today that we'll introduce here in just a moment. Hey, we've got a special treat today for those of you that share this video right now and throughout the show today. And throughout the day, if you share this video, you'll be entered into a chance to win this backpack cooler. Take it off and show them the inside. This thing's got inside, it's got a removable piece here. It's got another compartment. It's got, what is this, waterproof. The way the zip, no, dude, check the zipper out. It's like, it keeps stuff from getting in and keeps stuff from getting out, liquid. There's all, I mean, it's been given to us to give out. It's a high dollar piece of equipment.
You gotta share to win.
You gotta share to win.
Share.
So share the video today and you'll be entered into a chance to win the puppet.
By the way, sharing is one of the topics I teach preschoolers.
Oh, now we're going to be serious. This is a serious show, by the way, right? And that's serious today.
Today's not having fun.
Yeah, sharing is good. Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Woo! Sharing is caring.
Feel the love.
Thank y'all for joining us today. So, Will, tell us a little bit about how you got into. Did you buy these at Walmart?
No, I made them. I made them from scratch.
He did. He made these from scratch in his studios where we shot a picture the other day. That's a cool picture, by the way.
Yeah, it was. It turned out great.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about how you, tell me your story. Let everybody, I know your story, most of it.
So I'll tell you what happened. I grew up, I'm the oldest of 19 cousins.
I thought you were about to say kids, 19 counting. You know my show?
No.
19 and counting.
But I've been around kids my whole life. And so one of the things that I did, I've always just been good at entertaining children. You know, I have a lot of cousins to practice on.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of energy. It's just like a quirky personality. I connect well with children. So I've always kind of thought...
I don't know why you don't connect with adults that well.
I mean, they make these pants for adults, but... You know, they think I'm kind of goofy. My blue suede shoes and...
You got a guitar, look. Don't step on my blue suede shoes.
I know, I got to incorporate that song in my show. So actually, I went to school. I went and got a bachelor's in psychology, and I have an MBA.
Whoa! I didn't know you played basketball.
No. I'm too short.
You rap too?
Oh no!
Lay down the track for me. I'll put a rap down.
Yeah. Timon! My buddy Timon, he can sing the words. Anyway, so you got an MBA.
Yeah, I got an MBA. I went into the business world, and I've been in sales.
Thanks.
I had a good career track. You know, I guess I was on track to make a lot of money, but
I hear MBA, I think a lot of money. You know,
I mean,
basketball aside, I think MBA.
Masters of business for anybody that doesn't know.
I had the track. You know,
Lots of money.
I was selling software by 28, which is something that most people don't get the chance to do until like 35, 40.
Wow.
So I definitely had set myself up well in the business world, but. You know, along this time, when I was in my MBA, I grew up playing guitar a little bit, and I played saxophone growing up. So music's been something that's always been close to my heart. During my MBA, I needed a hobby to be sane. I was working 50 hours a week, plus driving back and forth to work and driving to school because I had to be at school. So I had about 5-10 minutes a day. So I was like, what can I do? I was like, I can learn guitar again. So I picked up the guitar again, and so by the time I ended my MBA, I had gotten to like an intermediate skill level on guitar, which was really cool. I could play with people. I had my MBA. I got this great job. My wife and I moved to Cleveland, Ohio. Not fun.
Fine.
That
No
was,
disrespect to the people in Cleveland, Ohio.
it's not.
That's right.
I'm from Atlanta. I'm from the South.
I know,
so I
yeah.
dragged my Georgia peach all the way up to Cleveland. We didn't see
Hey,
the,
Michelle.
So we visited in the summer. I didn't see the. We got there like this is
Oh,
great.
no,
A
you
month
moved
later,
in the winter?
We moved in August, so we were there for a month. This isn't so bad. A month later, we didn't see the sun for 9 months.
Oh, my
We didn't see
goodness.
the sun again for 9 months. It is cold. It's rainy. It's overcast with all the. It was a dark period, but I mean,
Literally.
literally dark. But we learned a lot. God really grew us in that. And at that time, I focused a lot on music. I found some people and joined a band. We played in the guy's basement, and I got to play with some other people and learn some stuff. But it was through then, when we moved to Dallas, Texas, I started writing. After that, we were there for 13 months. Moved to Dallas, Texas, I started writing kids songs. Because I was always big into kids. That's why, one of the reasons why I picked up guitar is I wanted to play songs for kids. Now, I couldn't sing when I started playing. I'd always been a terrible singer. It sounded like a dying cat.
And did you make a puppet?
No, I didn't know how to make a puppet yet. I didn't even know about puppets yet.
And why were you feeling called to do this? Was
just-
God involved at that
Oh.
point?
At that point, yeah. I mean, I still knew that working with kids was something I was going to do at some point. I just didn't know what it was, whether I'd make a living doing it. I just knew I had to work with kids, and I can't be a teacher because I can't do politics.
There you go.
I'm no good at politics. I love
Me
teaching.
either.
I'm good at teaching, but the politics, and I
No wonder we get along so well.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be able to make an income that would support my family without my wife working as a teacher.
Right.
And I like the younger grades, and so for me, it was just I kind of knew where I was. I knew what I couldn't do, so I knew my weaknesses. It was
Right.
just trying, and I knew my strengths. I was just trying to figure out how to apply them. And honestly, I had a lot of skills I needed to learn. Going into school, I was extremely ADD, and I'm a high level person. So it's like, to me, details get overlooked. I bring a project to my wife, especially when it comes to detail oriented. And my first pass, I'm like, I think I finished this, and she looks at me, she's like, no, you just started.
Hey, Charles.
Right.
So for me,
Thanks for the encouragement, babe.
yeah, well, I mean, in my psychology degree, I got a minor in statistics, which, if you know anything about stats, it's all math, it's all numbers, and it's all detail. Like, when I talk about math and numbers, I'm looking at data sets of thousands and thousands of numbers and making
That's
sure it's
where
accurate.
you lose me. You know what I mean?
Right, well, I mean, honestly, I learned how to be more attentive to details and to pay
That's
attention
awesome.
to things.
Yeah, yeah,
That was
yeah.
the beginning of change, really. And
Well-
I met my wife in school, and so we got married right after my undergrad, and we've been married 7 years. She and my daughter are the two biggest blessings in my life.
That's fantastic. I mean, for real. Yeah,
Yeah,
I met
it's-
them. They're
it's amazing.
great. And, you know, for I said something the other day, kids love them, adults admire you or respect you or something. Because, look, when I didn't know what to expect, like a lot of you probably didn't know what to expect logging on today. But coming to your studio, I just remember Frankie sending me the tinkle tinkle on the spot. I mean, on the pot, sorry. And but coming to your studio, meeting with you and hearing your testimony, hearing what God's done, and hearing how
Hey,
you've
Joey.
applied
Hey,
yourself.
Russ.
Because you didn't know jack. You didn't know how to, you didn't go to Walmart and buy
Yeah.
these things.
Well,
You've applied yourself to learn the guitar. You learned how to sing. Your wife said you sound like a dying cat. You took that criticism. Please turn your phone calls on silent. No.
Dad is calling.
Hey, Dad! Hey, Will's Dad!
Hey,
Look,
Dad.
he's not watching the show. Look.
Dr. Keating in Dawsonville, and Sharon
We should have
has a
tagged
spa
him. Yeah, we
in
should have-
Dawsonville. I did.
Yeah,
I tagged
okay.
Sharon.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He just want to see if we're really live. He's
Yeah,
like,
he
what's
did.
his live status? I'm going to call his phone.
So, but I didn't know that. But I mean, one thing that I learned, and when I was younger, I thought computer. So I was in high school, I was like, I'm going to be a computer nerd. Well, one thing I didn't take into account is when you program or when you do data analytics or when you do computer networking, I did a little bit of programming and a little bit of computer networking, is you're put in a hole and you don't talk to people.
That's right.
Well, I'm a people person.
You got it. Yeah, I see that.
I
Yeah.
socially starved. And I got there and people would come up and they'd say hi to me and they'd be like, hi, Will! And I'd be like, hey, how's it going today? My computer's broken. And then they didn't want to talk about anything about how broken the computer was. And I'm like, you know, I got to find something else. So it was that period I thought I was going to do computers. And then I was like, well, I went to college and I found out about sales. It's not all car sales. There's a lot more to it, and it is a real profession. I was like, I'm a salesman. I'm going to do that. And then I got into sales, and I found out that there's a lot of politics. There's a lot of I mean, it's a cool job because you learn everything about the company you work for, and you learn everything about your clients. You can't keep secrets from a salesman because the salesman will say the wrong thing. and then they'll be like, it's your fault. And I'm like, I told you, I didn't know about this. You didn't tell me that this was a factor in the sale.
Right.
So it's interesting. I got to learn, I accelerated my learning because not only did I learn about every company, I worked in multiple industries. I got to learn about those industries. I sold to different industries. Got to learn about those industries, my clients, and the companies. It gave me a breadth. I grew up owning businesses, with my parents owning businesses, and I grew up having a vending machine business. So I got an accelerated business experience through my MBA as well as through sales. So that when I kicked off this, I've seen what it takes to market a product. I've seen what other people do to sell a product, and I have the technical experience. Having sold software, I can pick up any computer program and
You
really
learned three programs. Yeah, you learned
I
three
learned three
programs.
over Christmas.
Yeah,
to
so
make
in a
it.
few
Christmas
days.
break. What were
Over-
you doing?
That was Christmas. That was Christmas Eve and Christmas
Yeah,
Day. I learned
Christmas
this.
Eve and Christmas 2 days, guys.
2 days, he learned three
Well,
different
I only had
programs.
7 days to learn it and
And use
make
it.
what I needed to do the free trial and think if I wanted to pay $50 a month for it. I was like, that's a lot of money for a person starting a business. So I was like, I got to know the ins and outs of these. I've got 7 days, and I've got in a week and a half, I had my first networking performer showcase that I had to be prepared
Hey,
for.
Amanda.
So I was really rocking and rolling.
And having an entrepreneur
John
spirit, it's
Howard,
hard to go
Silver City's in
and
the house.
to work for someone else when you're not getting fed like the people aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like to have.
Yeah, it's hard because you're working under somebody else's framework and rules. And they put down, when you work for another business in sales, it's kind of funny
JJ
because
struggles
they
with
want you to sell a certain certain amount, which is not the problem.
Who's driving this bus? Sorry.
Here, take the steering wheel up.
Okay.
Look, inside joking going on. Yeah,
Sorry, I had to do it. You said no. Okay, go.
So it was it's interesting. There's a lot of rules that they put on you. It's like you have to sell, but you have to sell it in this time. You have to sell it this fast, and you have to sell it at this price. And if you don't, you're not gonna make any money.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, let's forget. Let's just throw all the rules of what the sales process is, and the fact that the buying cycle is 9 months, and you want me to do it in 6, or something.
Yeah. Oh, you can never sell enough. You can never sell enough.
No, you can never can, and I get that. That's
Hey,
definitely
Daryl.
important. But
Daryl.
Daryl
one thing-
Turner.
Okay.
Yeah. and
What's up, Tanner?
HM is on.
Hey.
Oh.
High maintenance in the house, people. Come on down to the hub. You know where it's at. You've had your invite. I'm tired of inviting.
hello, how's everybody doing today? Oh, my name's Lily. I'm the star of the show. No, you're not. You're the antagonist of the show. Man, you color me red and then make me a bull, and all of a sudden I'm the mean guy. Well, yeah, that's why we made you. Oh man, it's not really fair. Don't like that at all.
So,
Yeah.
I wanted to know what point, because all the sales stuff, all the business degree, I mean, a master's of business isn't easy to get.
It's nothing to take lightly, yeah,
Woo!
for sure.
It's hard. You put a lot of time into it.
I like what you said. You said when we were down at the thing, you're like, okay, so you have your MBA. Normally, you're given $150,000, $175,000
Oh,
per year,
yeah, walk
and then
in
you
the
get
door.
married. And your wife, you're going to have your MBA, and then all of a sudden, you're making puppets.
Yeah.
Well, I was.
So at what
so
time
I was working.
did you get pulled toward this, and how did you know that it was God
Oh.
in it, and that He was leading you down a different path?
Well, I was in Dallas, Texas. So this was about probably 4 years ago now. When we moved there, I started going to First Baptist Dallas, one of the big churches.
Yeah.
It was 5-10 minutes away from us, and I got involved in the youth ministry, or the elementary youth program there, children's ministry. I was teaching, and I was doing Awana. Awana, it's a great program. Kids learn
Yes.
Bible verses. It's awesome.
Very
And I just have a passion for teaching kids, so I was just volunteering and helping. I was writing songs, and I wrote this song. I came up with this idea that had 2 goofy sounds, and my kids would love this. It was like some jazz chords, and then you go like, and then, woo! And I was like, that's noises a puppet would make. So I went and I bought some puppets. I bought 2 puppets. And it was Reggie 1.0 and Aussie 1.0. That's what I call them. And so that was I didn't make those, and I bought them, and I made this this. I was like, I'm going to make a music video with this. It'll be so cool.
Oh.
I didn't know anything. I was just like, I'm going to get a green screen. I'm going to throw a camera in front of it, and I'm going to do it, and it'll be cool. Little did I know I was getting into a 6-month endeavor to figure this out. Well, I did it. It took me 3 to 6 months to figure this out, and it turned out pretty stinking good. I did it on an iPad.
Is it still on KeatingEntertainment.com, or there's other stuff there now?
Yeah, there's other stuff. It's on there, I think. and it's
Okay,
still
so
up.
KeatingEntertainment.com,
Keating
you can go and check
We'll
out.
put the link, or Frank will
Yeah,
put the link in
it's
the
on
comment.
the yeah,
okay, it's on there.
here.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
the Tinkle Tinkle on the Pot is up there as well.
My ladies in the house, Tymon's wife.
What's up?
Hello!
We
Thanks for
were trying
joining
to get
us!
them here with the kids. They couldn't
Yeah,
make
we
it,
wanted-
though.
we
We
wanted-
miss you
yeah.
guys.
And by the way, you can check me out on Facebook at Keating Entertainment. You can like my page to follow me to check out any of my shows.
Okay.
I do
Jeff
birthday-
doesn't like my outfit. He's laughing. You know
You
you're
got to see it
jealous.
up close, man. It's got little pandas all over it.
Panda.
Yeah. Such a hater, Jam.
Jealous. Oh. But anyway, so
She's
yes,
the warmest one here.
I'm super hot. Trust me, this thing layers.
It's 65 degrees in here.
And I'm
61.
still sweating.
But who's
Oh,
counting?
it is? Okay,
Anyway.
who's counting? Yeah.
So then you were in Awana.
So I was in
You were around
Awana.
these kids.
I was teaching with the kids. I did one lesson one spring. I took Reggie 1.0 and we did a little skit. I showed the video and they loved it. They asked me to be the director the next year.
Oh, wow.
So this was my first intro of it. I started,
At the Dallas?
after I did that, I was like, I came up with an idea for a TV show and I got hardcore into writing. So for about 2 years, I wrote 15 scripts in 2 years. In like a year and a half. For TV,
Scripts
movies.
for
TV
sitcoms.
shows. No, well, full feature length. Movies, I wrote a few. I didn't write as many of those because I was thinking more TV.
And all this was just coming
Oh!
to you, and you were just being fed.
I
this
was
stuff,
no, I was
or-
also doing picture books a little before that, and I had to practice every day for 10 minutes a day. I would write 15 ideas in 10 minutes. I
Hey, I
would
know-
set a stopwatch. The first day, it took me 15 minutes to do the hey Dad, how's
Hey,
it
Dad,
going?
okay.
Yep, that's Dad.
Okay, come on in.
Keating
So the
in
first day
house.
took me 15 minutes to come up with 10 ideas. Or took my 15 ideas. The next day took me 12.
Anywhere you
and then
like
after
to.
that,
Thank you.
Yes,
so
sir.
you knew this wasn't coming from you, that it was something.
I just knew that
Or-
I took a career test, and they told me my biggest skills were writing, music, and drawing. I've never drawn before, and I was like, I don't know, I don't write. I'd write
Yeah.
music and songs, but other than that, I got C's in English class.
Wow. Wow.
There's hope for me, look.
Well, it's style. Honestly, I'd say
Yeah.
English is about style. They don't teach
Yeah.
you that script writing. If you write short, terse sentences, what you're good at is writing journal articles and writing, maybe script writing, picture books, poetry, and journal writing are types of poetry, types of writing you should check out.
We opened up with a song. It was Twinkle, Tinkle, Tinkle. Oh, Twinkle, Twinkle.
Everybody knows Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Tinkle,
But we
tinkle
opened-
on the pot.
Yeah, we opened up with a song, Tinkle, Tinkle on the Pot. So if you didn't catch it in the beginning, so go back and what is that for? Obviously, but go ahead and.
Well, that's a song I wrote. My daughter.
Very
I wrote
catchy.
that in Texas actually one afternoon. I was just like, the idea had come to me 6 months before, and then one afternoon at the end of the work day, I was just sitting there, and in 15 minutes I wrote out the whole song. Like I wrote out like 4 verses and the chorus and everything. I was just like, this is it. This is so cool. And then I put it down. I didn't record the song for like a year. And
Oh,
then I
wow.
came here. My daughter, once I had her and we came back here and she started pooping solid poop, I was like, I've got to finish
Potty
it.
training.
I've got a potty train.
Poop
Potty
is solid
training.
poop.
So
Yeah.
YouTube.
It smells.
Go on YouTube if you are potty training. with-
KeatingEntertainment.com has all my
Yes.
videos. You can link to my
Yeah.
YouTube
So if
channel.
you got a
And on
kid
YouTube.
that's 2 going into 2-ish going into 3,
It's a process.
Teach 'em to-
video.
teach
It
'em to- yeah.
it teaches every step you would
Super
go
cute.
through, from washing your hands to raising the toilet seat up, and I try to make it humorous and something that you can kind of incorporate. Obviously, the song is not meant as a standalone teaching aid. It's just something to make it fun, because teaching children is all about having
It
fun.
That's
is.
right. That's
It is.
And then another thing,
It has to be.
I have a hashtag called Learn, Grow, Repeat. And the reason I call it Learn, Grow, Repeat is because children are learning every single day and repeating this process. They'll learn, they'll grow, and they'll repeat that process hundreds, thousands
You're
of
right.
times,
That's
depending
right.
on the age.
That's right.
And with that, I want to make parents aware and educators aware that they're going to learn. It just depends on who and what they're going to learn from. So we want to, as parents and educators, we want to guide children into where they grow and learn.
Right. I want to hit on educator. That just can't. So, Will, if you work at a school or you work at a daycare or church, library,
Lots of libraries.
Anywhere there's kids involved, Will Keating Entertainment will put together a show, come to you, and listen. For now, get in while the getting's good. Normally something like this is about a $750 show for an hour-ish. And if you want to, you want more information, hit me up, private message. Yeah, message us. We'll get you a deal. It's not about the money. We want to bless your kids. So
Yes.
I did tag a few of you. Now you know why. It's not about the money, but it's for the kids. And you reinforce with the school. Am I getting ahead of ourselves here?
It's a bullying show. It's called The Golden Ruler, and it's an anti-bullying show. I teach children. So first of all, when we talk about bullying, 85% of kids experience bullying in the last 9 months. That's what the research shows.
That's right.
Research also shows that bullying lasts 38 seconds. And so in 38 seconds, the incident is over. So what an adult, a parent, an educator, a teacher, what they see is not the bully picking on the victim. They see the victim lashing out. Bullying is defined as a mean action that's going to occur over time consistently, where somebody's a targeted victim. So what that means is the first time, the 10th time, the victim may not lash out, but the 11th or 12th or 15th, they may lash out and punch or shout or say something, and the teacher sees the victim reply, and the victim gets in trouble too. When really, what needs to be addressed is the bully and their actions.
Right.
So what I teach is I teach children that, and really I'm just supporting what the school's already teaching, but
right, reinforcing what they're
teaching. But the bystanders is really what's key here. So a bystander standing up to a bully, research shows that 50% of the time, that if they just stand up and say something, the bullying stops within 10 seconds. 10 seconds. I mean, that's crazy.
It's like a third of what it lasts, right?
Right, that's a third of the time. And that stops it completely, because really a bully is looking for to build up their confidence, to look better in other people's eyes, to feel good. And if other people say, hey, wait, that's not cool, don't do that, then they're not getting any of that. Because they get their power from the bystanders.
Oh! And it shuts them down.
So a bystander who does nothing is a culprit. They're as guilty as the bully. A bystander who joins in is as guilty as the bully.
That's right.
It's like the Bible says, if you think about stealing, then you've already stolen. It's kind of the same thing in this situation. So I teach kids they have the choice to be a culprit or a hero. They can be a hero and they can stand up to the bully. Just say something. When the teacher comes over and they ask what happens, say, hey, look, he was getting picked on. And tell the truth. Because the bully is going to lie. That's just the default. They don't want to get in trouble. They're going to lie. And as a bystander, you have the option to tell the truth and change the situation.
And if
change somebody's life. Really.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. You're changing the bully's life, because they will realize that that's not right. And I've known bullies even today that back in my time pick on me, and they're in and out of jail now. It's a spiritual thing that's going on, and if we don't take control of that's what goes on in the spirit realm, then you're talking a lifelong of bullying, and really they're the ones that's getting hurt.
Well, they're all getting hurt. The victim.
And that's
they're
why
hurting.
They're doing
That's
it.
right.
And
That's
like
right.
you talked
That's
about
right.
last night, with Kim Daniels. If you didn't watch that, my goodness, how powerful! Go back and watch that. I loaded it on YouTube. But JJ was mentioning most folks that are like that and that are doing those things, something's going on with them.
Oh, that's right.
So you can not only intervene when they're bullying somebody, and be a hero,
in a kind way.
but you can also go to that child or whoever it is. Some adults are still bullies.
They are.
Leave me alone.
Oh, I'm serious. But in all seriousness, talk to those kids. Like JJ said, there was something going on in the home. So, just bring up these discussions, talk to the bully. You never know what's going on. I love that you mentioned that last night.
And one thing I want to say is, when I talk to kids, it's you want to put yourself in the bully's shoes. And I teach the golden rules to treat others the way you want to be treated. But that doesn't mean that the bully's going to change. And you need to understand that you can't force somebody to change, but you can be somebody that stands up and is different.
You can be
so
a
don't
light.
expect change to happen,
be a light.
but be a light and still treat them the way you want to be treated. Treat them with love and respect, and realize that they're dealing with something in their life, and you don't know what that situation is.
So pray for them.
Pray for them.
And their family.
And their family and their home life. And
That's
just
right.
affect and be the change that you want to see.
Yeah.
It's something you can't force them to change, but you can definitely impact their life, and maybe someday they'll remember that.
As an adult, I can look back that you talked about. I can look back at some of the people that had picked on me, and I can see their home life. And now as an adult.
Yeah.
At the time, I mean, you're just like, they're picking on me, whatever. But now you look back and you see their home life was under attack, a spiritual attack. And so, anyways, yeah, definitely pray. Be the encouragement. Be the light on the hill.
Well, and just real quick, Krista shared, Jeb shared.
Y'all enter the contest.
Thank you.
A lot of folks. Just want to remind you the coolers
Let me see
over
that cooler.
here.
While you read those off, let me show.
So if you
There you
share,
go.
remember to share.
It's a backpack. You put it on your back. You can carry it.
Gina, Greta,
It's got
Tiffany
straps.
Carter. Hey, Tiffany.
Tiffany, I tagged you because you're kids. I thought they may want to see the puppets here in a little bit.
And Krista.
This is just look at all these pockets.
And
This is
Scott
cool here.
Sutton, hope you're doing well.
It's Yamaha.
Bernice Mason, and then we've got Angela Martin. Josh Jones is on.
Josh
Tasha
Jones,
C.
White House, Tennessee.
Ricky, hey, we missed you. You left us. Come back. But thank you so much, Ricky, for the donation.
Yeah.
For real, we love all the love. And so anyway, so I just wanted to interject, recognize some folks real quick, and remind you to share. So
Yeah.
Share it. If you share this video
Share
anytime
it.
today, you will be entered into a chance to win this here. Someone will win this.
Someone will win this wonderful cooler. And remember, sharing is caring.
sharing is caring.
We'll give it away tomorrow night on the show.
And so
Ooh.
the other thing that I wanted to dig into a little bit, we don't have to, it's depending on you, but I know that if I were your wife and I was pregnant or about to have a baby and you said, and she's married this guy who, his dad is
Very
a doctor,
handsome,
he's
tall.
very handsome, MBA, very smart, big career up ahead, and he came home and he told me, I am going to make puppets and entertain kids, and I'm writing all of these things, and just did a 180. I would have a difficult time with that. So what was that like?
Well, it wasn't an overnight. The way you described it made it sound like one night I came home and it's like, oh wow, this is not who I married. It's not like one night. It's like an alcoholic. They don't come home
But
one
she's a
night and all of a
believer.
sudden they're an alcoholic. This was years
Good
of
analogy.
this is years of practicing. I've always been really good at working with kids. I was doing it in the church. I had great references at church. I did a few birthday parties, and I was making puppets. I was writing shows. I was doing some videos. Granted, I didn't have a lot of time, so my volume wasn't I didn't have amazing volume of doing it. So I didn't have lots of quantity, but I was getting pretty good at the quality, and I know, getting in front of kids is something I'm really good at. So when the opportunity opened itself up in November, and I just decided, I kind of hit me. I knew where I wanted to go. I just didn't know the path to get there. I kind of saw it already. So I launched my business.
And when I see it from, I see where she's coming from. I look at it from this point. You've already got all the groundwork done. You've got your degrees. You've got all this business stuff. So you're saying you have the entrepreneurial spirit, and you've applied yourself in areas that you didn't know how to do things. You've mastered them.
I've learned them.
Well, I look at these. Well, but I'm just saying
From a creative point, and
from a
how
creative-
much fun kids have when they're around him. Are you kidding? Elijah was around him.
Oh, my
when we
goodness.
First meet with him, and Elijah was scared at first of Reggie, and then he was having so.
I think he wasn't
much
scared
fun.
about the putt. I think Will pinched him midway.
Oh yeah.
Because at first he was all about it, and then I think Will did something, and
But anyway,
Yeah, sure.
and that's one thing that Will talks about too, is that, teachers, when they're sitting there talking about bullying, or when they don't make it fun, then the kids aren't interested. So guess what? You lose their attention. So a kid, you said something about a kid's attention span is only so much, but then when you're doing your thing,
they're
what,
engaged.
45 minutes or something?
Yeah, my show's
they're
45
totally
minutes.
engaged?
It was really cool. The first time, and one of the reasons why I knew I had to use puppets to educate and teach kids was at Awana. The first time I taught, I was in the audience for 6 months or for a year, and just seeing the kids, we're trying to corral them. It's a battle just to get them to sit for 10 minutes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they wouldn't participate in worship.
23-year-olds?
Yeah, and so we had
4-year-olds?
second grade to 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, we had that age group, and what I did was I filmed the audience to see. I was like, I got to see, does this work? What happens? And it turned out, okay, for 20 minutes, I had them sitting on the edge of their seat from 2nd grade to 6th grade, and there was a special needs child in there who typically would just run around and make noise and dance and do whatever he wanted. Even he was paying attention. It blew my mind. I was like, I've never seen anything like this. My first time doing it, I was doing ventriloquism, which just, to me, I was just like, well, I'm going to try. I'm not awesome, but I can say some words without moving my mouth. And they bought it, and they were really engaged with it. And I knew right then, I was like, somehow, this is how you teach and reach children. There's no other way to do it where they're engaged.
That's right.
I even stumbled upon an awesome learning or teaching methodology that I use, and it's very interactive. I always ask kids questions. I get them and I guide them to the right answers. So I'll ask a question on, who was the bully, who was the bystander, and I get the kids to ask in the play and answer.
And you make it fun.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
And the kids get to be right. It's really cool because the kids get to be right, which they always love to be right.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
They fight for that.
They fight to tell the answer.
Yeah.
And then the other neat thing is, since they're answering, the teachers get validation that the kids know it.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like for the educators, they get the validation that they are reaching the kids.
And when we met the other day, you said that you have papers for them to go back a few days later. And then also let's pick on little Johnny. Everybody picks on little Johnny. So a week goes by and little Johnny's acting up, the teacher, because you reinforce what they're teaching. So the teacher says, little Johnny, didn't you see Mr. Keating? And this, that, and the other. Yeah. So they can bring it back to that visual.
Yeah, they can.
And then paperwork.
And what was really cool, I have this song on sharing and manners.
What is it? How, can you do it?
Gosh, I have to
put him on the spot.
I'll do it. I'll grab the guitar and do it in a minute.
Oh,
Okay.
good,
So
good. We're
we can
gonna
do that.
some of that.
But
okay.
it's a manner song, and so it goes like, please may I have it, please may I have it, yes you can. Yeah. So it's teaching kids about manners. It's meant for preschool, like 3 to 5. Well, I did this at a library one day, and the second verse is teaching children to open the door. But this little boy went and opened the door for all the ladies.
JJ always, and I'm going to tell you, it's so strange.
James Corbett.
JJ
Give
opens
a shout
the
out.
door for me, for Ryan, Chloe, for whoever he's
yeah.
with. He opens the door, and with his son, and Ryan, Chloe, she was here. I don't know where she went, but she said, JJ is so good because Elijah knows to say may I. He'll
Yeah.
say, what are you supposed to say? And instead of can, he
Yeah,
says
right.
may I. But about the manners thing, it's so refreshing. That's kind of a lost art, I think.
It is.
And chivalry is going away, and I love it. Bring it back.
This
but
is a good
JJ's
way.
been talking about that.
Yeah, this
so
is a
very
good way. Yeah.
I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a few folks have shared again, and Angie,
Awesome. Thank you.
Gloria says hey, and hey, Puppet Guy.
Thank you.
Puppet
Hello.
dude.
Puppet Dude.
Yeah. Well, check
The
out.
Puppet
in
Dude.
Atlanta.
Go to Facebook. Go to @Keating Entertainment on Facebook
Yeah.
and like my page. I'm actually going to a pitch fest next week to pitch one of the TV shows I wrote with Reggie and then Aussie's the Purple Duck to some
Yay.
producers.
Where's the Pitch Fest?
It's here in Atlanta. It's
Oh,
downtown.
very
Right on.
good.
So I'm super excited. So check me out on my channel. Maybe you'll get to see me hopefully this year and
that's
give me
what
support. And show
That's
me
what I was
love.
saying a while ago. With all this backstory, we say, oh, your wife this. But in reality, that $150,000, $175,000 you make in a year with your MBA, you can make millions with this because you're doing your TV. Well, it's not about the money, but the possibilities there, and you've got the business sense. You're a smart fella. I mean,
Well, thanks. I appreciate
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
definitely about reaching the kids, though.
absolutely.
And Tracy Cook, I just want to mention a couple of folks because they're sharing. And Don Allen. Hey, Don. I haven't seen
Hey!
you in a long time. Craig Wilson and I were talking about you the other night.
The
so I hope
Don
you're
Allen.
well. And Ryan Eason, of course. Food Dude, Puppet
Food
Dude.
dude,
What
marine
other
dude.
Marine Dude. We got all our dudes.
Keep 'em
But yeah, so very good.
Best
And
teachers
so
one?
one thing that
Yes,
I
I'm
wanted
not
to
rushing you.
ask about too, though,
Sure.
is just does it require faith to step out like that?
Yes. Of course it does. It takes a lot of faith.
Yeah, and so
But don't mistake faith for not having to work. I work 3 times as hard, and I'm still looking for extra part-time jobs and things to do that won't interfere with my business. So yeah, it takes faith, but it also takes whatever effort I thought I had to put in. When it actually comes down to practicing, it's much more exhausting. And I look at my summer schedule. I've got shows. I've got days where I drive for 3 hours. I do 3 shows, then I drive for 4 hours, spend the night somewhere, do 2 more shows, drive for another 4 hours, spend the night somewhere, do 2 shows, drive home for 2 hours, the next day drive another hour and a half, do 2 shows. It's like, wow. This is going to be a crazy summer. It's going to be the most fun I've ever had. But I didn't tell you that when I was director at Awana, I was... when I started my first week as Awana, my daughter was a week and a half old.
Oh, wow.
And I went, I asked them over the summer, I was like, please send me the lesson plan so I can start writing now. They gave it to me the week before I was supposed to start. And so without sleeping, I was writing the lesson. I had the lesson plan, but I had to rewrite it to be a script with me and my puppet Reggie. So I would rewrite the lesson plan. I would memorize it, learn how to do ventriloquism. I didn't sing worship songs because I don't sing that well, and so I would learn how to sing 2 worship songs. Typically what I would do is I had 1 song I sang every week because it was the one I was best at, and then I would add 1 to it. Yeah. And then we would kind of mix it up after a few weeks. But I did that, and I was writing a new ventriloquist skit every single week, a 10-minute show. And lesson plan, and it was and doing it that fast, you can't memorize word for word. So what was really cool was during that time I learned Reggie's voice, I learned his personality, and I learned how to riff off of him. And
how many puppets is it again that you do? You have 8
my show. Voices? I have 8 voices for my current show.
8 voices for my show. But you know what I think is cool, and why you have that energy. If you were in sales and you were trying to sell software, would you do all of that? No. Well, yeah, it's hard. Would you prepare like that? No,
I prepared like that,
because you don't love it.
Well, I did
You're not
prepare.
Having fun.
You got to prepare, else you won't make it.
Well, you prepare, but I'm saying with this, you enjoy it.
I enjoy it a lot
almost
more.
like
it's
that
more fun.
fervor's there, so it's not as much like a task.
There.
Yeah, so when you have your passion.
Well, if you find something you enjoy doing, you're right.
And besides, it's a little easier when your jokes actually fly and they don't hit dead wall and dead air.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, when you're selling to accountants and IT folks, the type of humor they have is... Well, let's just say it's not mine.
I get that.
I'm marched to my own beat.
Yeah. So, and a few other folks. So, Michael Dawson, Leah Tate, Lolo. Hey, Lolo. He got his learner's permit. My nephew.
Congratulations.
Yeah, just a couple days ago. Leah Tate, Jody Gravett, Jeff Hughes. So, yeah, a lot of folks on. Share. Coolers here. And so, anything else that you guys want to talk about?
You want to do that? You want to do the...
Yeah, well, real quick, I'll just tell you that I do birthday parties. So I do birthday parties.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention birthday
parties. For 2 to
12-year-olds.
I bring, depending on the age, I'll do either full puppet show or ventriloquist and a guitar, kind of whatever meets your budget. I've got a few different shows. Everything I do is really interactive, high energy. We get the kids involved. We dance. So I do variety shows, which is one thing that's unique. Most people have 1 or 2 things they do. Like, they'll be a magician and they'll do a puppet. They're not a ventriloquist by any means. They don't even try most of the time. But they incorporate that to kind of engage the kids. Well, I do music and dancing, ventriloquism, puppetry, and I cram it all into 45 minutes. Actually, I have a little mime skit in the beginning, too.
Oh, my goodness.
I have a lot of interests, and I incorporate as much as I can. And I have a lot of fun doing it, and the kids engage with the energy and the passion that I think I try to bring to the shows.
How did you come up with the pants?
I knew. So one thing is know your audience. Know who you're selling to. I'm selling to parents, but I'm entertaining and teaching children.
Kids,
so kids love the color, and they're recognizable. When I walk in and these pants, nobody forgets. So it's like a barbershop. I can do a little ventriloquism skit. Would you like to see something?
Let me see something. Yeah, sure.
Would you like to?
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, please give Reggie a warm welcome. Big round of applause. Reggie! Star! Reggie, please thank the audience for having us out here today. Star! What are you talking about? And what, pray tell, is that? Some sort of secret agent code? No, you didn't introduce me as the star of today's show. Oh, well, Reggie, please, the audience had us out here. We need to be polite and share. Introduce me or I'm leaving. Reggie, don't do... I'm taking my foot down. Whoa, Reggie, come on. It's in my contract. You don't have a contract. Okay, well, I want one. Well, you can't have one. Introduce me or I leave. Okay, fine. I'll introduce you, and
I
then...
think he's high maintenance.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. He
Wait
might
till
be.
Raymond Russ.
All right, but everybody, I'd like to introduce you to my conceited friend, Reggie, and the star of today's show.
Well, hello, everybody! How are you doing today? Oh, I'm so excited to be here. And then, what are you wearing?
This is my costume.
Huh, looks like Sharon Williams threw the paint store at you.
It's my barbershop quartet outfit with some flair.
Huh, I was in one of those.
A barbershop quartet?
Yeah,
Oh, well, do you know Mary Had a Little Lamb?
everybody knows Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Well, let's sing it.
I don't sing.
Of course you do.
No, I don't.
You were in a
Sing your
barbershop
song, sing.
quartet.
I don't sing.
Well, Reggie, anything you can do, I can do better.
I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Gotcha, you sang.
Don't.
Yeah, I thought that you don't sing. Well,
Gosh, I guess I do now.
hey, would y'all like to see a puppet dance?
Hey, before you do, Reggie, I saw you on TV the other day on Facebook on a video. You were in the car.
Yeah, I'm riding the car.
Were you driving or were you riding?
I don't need to drive. I am the chauffeur. Why would I drive when I can
I
ride in the
forgot.
back seat of the water?
Star.
Forgot
I'm
you're
the
a
star. Yeah, roll out the red carpet. Here comes Reggie.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, good.
Very good.
Yeah, let's see him.
Hello,
Yeah.
Craig. How you doing?
You have the kids?
Oh, not yet.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bring
let's
him
do
on
a
in.
song.
Yeah,
Bring him on in.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks at his cell phone. Everybody's got one of those today. What do we do before cell phones?
I don't know what we did before cell phones, Reggie. I know I didn't have any numbers memorized.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't memorize anything. You should see this guy trying to memorize a script. We do this 100 times and they're like, Will, do you got it yet? You got it yet? This is like take 99. You can't do it yet? Oh, come on. Oh, I got my lines down on the first go round and here he is. He's still practicing and can't get it.
My jaws, man. My jaws are hurt from smiling so. I've never,
good.
yeah, Reggie, you're all right, dude.
Praying
Yeah.
with puppets.
Praying with puppets.
With
Praying with
Will
puppets.
Keating.
All
And
right. Well, thank you so much. This has been a blast.
It's awesome. And so what we're going to do, we're waiting on Craig's kids. Are they going to be able to come in? Or? Yeah, they're coming in. Oh, good.
Oh,
So
boy.
they're coming down. They're going to hang out, and we'll sing some. So
You want to sing that
anything-
Manor song before they
Yeah, I'll sing
before
the
they
Manor song.
before they come in? I want to hear that Manor song.
I know. You could use that.
You know that?
Yeah. Boom, boom.
No, I meant it.
Here, take the steering wheel back. Look. Right
Frankie
on.
has the steering wheel for a change.
For a change. Boom, boom.
Please may I have it? Please may I have it? Yes, you can. What a gentleman. Please may I have it? Please may I have it? Yes, you can. Ooh, man is a cool. You can do it. You can be cool.
That's good, man.
All right, let's go to the next verse. Excuse me, ma'am, may I get the door? Yes, you can. What a gentleman. Excuse me, ma'am, may I get the door? Yes, you can. What a gentleman. Ooh, man is a cool. You can do it too. You can be cool. Ooh, man is a cool. You can do it too. You can be cool. Yeah, there you go.
Right, look.
Yeah, that was a fun song. I enjoy that one. It's
That's
a
cool.
nice short little song for kids. Just I wrote it so I could teach them about manners, and we can have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Hey, Hector, how are you doing? Make sure
Hey!
to share so you can win the cooler.
Share this
Everybody
video
share,
and a chance
share,
for the cooler. It's
share.
awesome. I can't say enough good things about that cooler.
Ah,
I wanted to keep it, but we're giving it away.
So, and tomorrow night, JJ will be live, and he will do the drawing, and he'll have all the names, and draw from a bucket, and somebody will be a winner. And kids, come on, we're going to sing, and we're going to do
And
some
remember,
dancing.
check me out at Keating Entertainment. So it's at Keating Entertainment. When you Google it, you'll find it, or when you
And
search
it's
in
on
Facebook.
the video.
And it's on the video. It's awesome. Like my page so you can follow, subscribe. You know, I definitely would appreciate it. I'm going to be working on, I've got picture books and TV shows that I've written, so all the support you can garner and help me will be helping me get those out. They're all educational. The purpose of them is to teach children about morals, values, things like sharing, friendship, loving God. And bullying is some of them.
Topic.
Worrying is another one.
Oh, wow, you do
Just
worrying?
talked about it.
Last night.
I've got a show on it. Actually, my first pilot episode for the TV show is called Worry Wart. Reggie forgets to bring, on his first day of kindergarten, forgets to bring a eraser to school. Silly thing, but he all of a sudden, he goes from forgetting his eraser at kindergarten to not being able to make it through college. So all of a sudden, he's not going to get to go to college.
That's right. But what I was going to say, guys, pray for Will at the Pitch Fest, that he gets the TV show, he gets some interest, and, gets himself out there and has some good luck. And then we're going to sing, we'll bring the kids in, and have a little fun.
Right on.
All right, thanks, guys.
Sunday Fun Day here at the Hub.
Sunday Fun Day at the Hub.
Woo! Yeah, come on, kids. They're shy.
They're shy. Oh, come on. We can all have some fun.
Come on,